Hello, sorry guys, I had an emergency. Okay, so from here, we can move your data files from one location to another, but I feel like it's not really, it wouldn't really be useful for you guys now because it's for DB2. So I don't think it's a good idea to do that. So let's check where we can clear the space elsewhere. Or we could just delete all of those data files. We can also do that.
Okay. You already moved them to the right direction now, right?
Yeah, I already moved the redo logs and the control files.
To the right part.
Yeah.
So now why is it still saying 95% full?
No, because your system is very heavy, right? Your system and your CSOCs are very heavy. You see like 723 megabyte. So let's try to move that one quickly. You have system, let's alter, table space. Oh, we cannot do that. Now what we are going to do is we are going to copy that one. See the full path. To your user one. Oh my bad. What is happening? My goodness. The CP didn't take place, so let me do that again. Let's do it again. So the table space example is already offline. So what you want to do is want to copy that from u/app/oracle/oradata/print demo/example01.dbf, and you want to paste it to oradata/print demo. Okay. So you see now your, I'm only showing you this one so you can do the other ones, right? For the rest of your database so that everything can be moved back there, you see? So when you want to move, what you do is that you put it offline and then you move it. You move it to the live location now of your database. You move it to the live location, to the new live location. You see like here, okay, no, this one. Okay, here, we put it offline first, right? Example. And then we copied from print DMO to Aura Data print DMO. And then we alter table space, we rename, right? We rename it so that it would only be in print DMO. Let's see, if we select name from $V data file, you see that now it's in print DMO instead of being in the path that you previously had. So you have more space, less space, right? That's being used. Do you want to, because I feel like when I'm doing this myself, it might not help you as much as when you do it yourself. Because if you do it yourself, you know what you're doing, right? I mean, you wouldn't know what you did because you can just watch what I'm doing, but not remember what I did. You
No,
see?
I'm taking some screenshot. You know, this issue and the exam are coming. I don't know. I just want to clear out this space issues. So I've been trying this. I don't know if it's better to drop this database or what. I don't know. Maybe I can clone another one. So I don't know.
Okay, so you just want to delete that print DMO, you don't mind it?
Or if it's going to solve the issue, you understand? Because my issue is the space issue with the dump area.
Yeah,
so.
I know that, and I've been doing that actually for space to remove the file so that you wouldn't lose your database. But if you don't mind dropping the whole thing, then you can just do that as well. You can just do that as well. So in which directory are we? Okay. Now, your CSOCs. You can just remove everything if you want. Let's drop the database. Let's drop that database. Let's shut down immediate. Okay, that database is dropped now. Let's list. Only have this one because it's not part of the database anymore. So let's just remove it. So your database print DMO is dropped. So in sometime instead of going through DBC, you can just do that. Startup mount exclusive registry and just drop your database. So you see it's down to 85%, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's down to 85%, and from here you should be fine. We already saw how to fix that problem. That's why let's see.
This dump area issue.
Excuse me?
You said we already saw how to solve this dump area issue.
Yeah, we did that last time. Remember, I told you how to do it.
Maybe I wasn't in class.
Excuse me?
I said maybe I wasn't around that day.
Wasn't that you had the 96% dump issue, and I told you that we already did that? By clearing the space, all you need to do is clearing the space. You use mainly two commands, du space minus sh space or you use df and you use df space minus h to check the space, your operating system disk space. So from here, your already there is now empty, your FRA is now empty, and you might want to remove some from your diag, maybe. But basically, that would be all. That would be all. You can CD to, you can go to diag, and from here you list and you check where you have, which one is occupying the most space. Okay, you can see that here is TNS listener, right?
Yeah.
These are not the listener. It just contains the dump file for the listener. So when you're here, you just do RM minus R. You can do trace RM minus R. It will just remove everything that can be removed in the alert log. So you don't waste time going in all of them. Now let's go back one and RM du space minus sh all. You see, it went from 94 megabytes to 304 kilobytes. So let's do df minus h, and it's down to 84%. With 84% for your user one, it's fine. There are many things you can do with that. So if you go back to if you come back here to your enterprise manager and you try to refresh it, you'll see that you shouldn't get the dump file error anymore. You see, it's not here anymore, right?
Yeah.
Error disappeared. So every time you have that, you just go to your user one and you try to see what can be deleted. Of course, you cannot just go and delete anything, right?
Yeah.
You make sure that it's something that you don't need. Usually you check in your trace directories or alert directories, or if you have FRA, your FRA set in user one, you delete them from there, or if you have a whole live location of a database in the wrong location. So that's basically it.
Okay, so the 84% is good. So definitely I'm good too. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, someone else?
Yes, Emerald. I'm driving, but I just pull over. My student number is 317.
Okay.
And my database is up.
Also, with this as well, and Chris referred to the issue.
Database on the highway.
I know. Emerald, do you want me to share the screen?
Yes, please. Can you share your screen?
Yeah, I have a little hotspot. Let me see what that works. Can you see?
Yes. Your database is down.
Yeah, it is down here, my bad.
Did you try to stop Enterprise Manager?
Yeah, but when I get back on it, this is what it says. And I can't get into the database either.
Did you stop and restart the DB console? That's the first question. Did you do that? Did you try that?
No, I went in there. I think I was trying. No, I didn't stop it. Start it and stop it. I wasn't
Stop
there
it
and then I
and
exit.
restart it.
Like go on the server and get into it and get out. So
Why don't you do that and put it?
I can't. Okay.
No, yeah, actually you can do that on Putty.
Yeah.
You can just continue on Putty.
Okay.
Instead, I suggest you should just like you put stop and then you restart it again, like you start it again. Because I know it was running, right?
Was yeah. So I mean, what do I do? Just copy this link and then open it back on Chrome.
No, I was saying that like you should like emctl stop DB console then before you put the start.
Okay.
Because,
Okay.
yeah.
You want to
Okay,
stop it, not you don't. You want to stop it first. MCTL
Yes.
stop DB console.
Yeah.
Okay. So do I have to get back in the environment or just do it from here?
Then you start it. You start it up again.
So I got to go back right here.
No. You're already in the right, and no, just stop. Just emctl stop DB console.
Emerald,
Yes.
I think you need the killing the Pimo. The Pimo. After that,
Let's see.
after he can do that because
Let's see if he can start your database. Start up your database. Let's see. No, not there.
use
Right
the
here?
same command.
emctl
Start
connect
DB
to your
console.
environment. Are you already connected to your environment?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Okay, now connect to SQL. The thing with stopping the DB console and starting the DB console is that it will allow you to see what was the last error that took place and why the database is down. So it would allow you to know better what to do. Okay, start up. Okay. So it's not a PMON issue. If it was a PMON, it would have given the error that is a shared memory realm not available. So what you want to do is, go back to SQL. Go back to SQL, exit SQL, exit and then start the DB console again. emctl start DB console.
Okay. Hello?
Okay, so now you want to connect back. Go ahead, connect back, login as sys or system.
Yep, I'm in.
You see, it worked.
So, Emerald, what would cause it to like to do that?
It's not able to.
What's the possible cause for that error?
It's usually when the database, maybe if he made some changes, and enterprise manager didn't catch up to it. Sometimes you have to start the enterprise manager and restart it to refresh it. Sometimes you have to do that. And that's all. And you need to make sure that your database is up and running. So maybe sometimes his database had an issue maybe, and then he didn't stop enterprise manager to restart it again.
Okay.
So it just remained open while a lot of errors occurred. So sometimes this is also what can happen. Can you go to database? Can you click on database, the blue one up there? Yes. Last known state. Can you click on last known state so we can know what's happening? Okay, can you scroll down to the errors? Okay, it says checker run found six new persistent data failure. And they're all critical. You have 3 critical errors. So try to click on one. Click on one of them, one of the checker run found 6 persistent error to see if you have more information.
So okay, critical. Check on the violated or the critical security.
No. Click directly on the message.
One second. Where am I?
No, scroll down. Yeah. Okay, that one went away. The error we just did, you had just went away.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the problem you have is a data failure issue. So try to click on it. Click on check run found 6 new, click on the message itself. The message itself.
Where you looking at? I'm kind of.
Click on the message itself. You see the message?
Oh, right.
Underline.
Okay, my bad.
Yes, click on that.
Data failure. So this is it right here. No data found in this time period, 724 hours. So there's nothing here, memory.
Okay, so it's not a problem anymore because it says no data found for the time period specified in the last 24 hours. So it's not an issue anymore. So you had that issue before, but it's not a problem anymore. So exit out.
Okay, let's see.
Scroll up, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up.
Yeah, that's it.
Your database is fine. It's just needed some refreshing. That's it, but it's fine.
Okay. One question before I get back on the road. So I mean, my group told me that once I delete databases, the listener usually still be connected to it, and I should. So if I delete the database from the system and then our data and I think admin,
Yes.
and I didn't stop the listener, like how can I like stop the listener for those? And I delete them from the various location already.
Did you remove them from the TNS names, that aura?
Yes, I did.
Okay, then you can just stop the listener and restart the listener.
Okay, okay, just stop it and start it, and those will be disconnected.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you. Let me get back on the road. Thank you again.
Okay, you're good. Someone else has an issue because all of us on Sunday, all of us are going to be doing the same thing. And I don't want anyone to come with an error like, oh, my database had this happened. Everybody should have his database up and running. That's why today we are taking the time to make sure that everybody's database is fine, so that we all have scripts already. We created those scripts together for the whole exam. So we all have those scripts already. So everyone should be doing the exact same thing so that everybody should be ready for the exam. I already prepared 2 samples, and we should all be doing this because some students from the morning class told me that when Abdullah was doing it, they were trying to follow it, but since they were not practicing themselves, they felt a little bit overwhelmed. But even if after they practice on their own, so I feel like it's better if everybody does it at the same time. But I'm not going to wait for the ones who have their database down. I mean, we'll start fresh with people who have their system up and running, right? And okay, so I have some questions for you guys on. Yes.
Can you see my database? How was it? It was just working well, but I don't know.
You can share your screen, Fali.
Okay. You see that?
Yes, I can see. What's up?
But I don't know if it was working well. I don't know what's going on. While I try to do something, you see the message it gives to me.
It says insufficient privilege. What were you trying to do? Were you trying to shut down the database connected as a user that doesn't have the sys DBA or sys upper privilege?
No.
That's when you would have that error, because you know that only users with sys DBA or sys upper privilege can shut down, right?
Yes.
Okay, exit SQL.
But I'm not trying to change the user.
You try to change the user.
Really?
Okay, connect assist DBA.
See?
Okay, select status from VDollar instance. Check the status. Not logged on.
No, no.
Okay, exit. Do the sys sys, you know the command, right? Sys resv
Or
resv. You've not been practicing with that, have you?
like this?
Yes. Enter.
What do you mean this command?
We've done that command so many times, Fali.
Maybe I know what's it. I know what's
It
here.
allows you to kill the shared memory ID. When it says not logged on,
Oh,
that's what you do to fix it. So you want to kill the shared memory ID. So you want to do IPCRM.
you say
IPCRM. Space -M. Space. Now you want to copy the number that starts with 384. You want to copy that and paste it.
Excuse me, what sequence is that? I've never come across it.
Serious? We've done it so many times here. You guys can be serious. No, that's it, Fali, that's it.
that's
you
it.
enter that.
So what is it used for?
Now start up the database again. Honestly, we've done it many times, so many times. You can't tell me you've never seen it. If you tell me you've never seen it, it means that you've not been attending our practice together. So connect to SQL. Connect back to SQL.
Okay.
So it's used to repair the what's it used for, please?
It allows you to kill the shared memory, right? The shared memory ID so that you are able to connect again.
Yeah.
When you're not able to connect to Oracle, it tells you not logged on. It's killed the memory that's being used for that database, but that's not open.
Okay, all right.
Startup, it should work now.
The memory target is not support on the system.
Memory target not supported, so you have memory issue now. Okay, exit. That's a different error. So exit. We saw how to fix that before, right? Go to your P file.
P file?
Yes. You have two options. Either you go to your P file, you kill idle the instance that you don't need right now, or you go to the memory to your P file and you comment out the memory target. So go cd oracle home/dbs. Okay, now you want to view, to open, init your database name, .aura. Okay. Now you want to comment out the memory target. You see memory target?
Yeah.
All the way down.
Okay.
Okay. Comment it out. You comment it out by putting a hashtag in front of it.
Oh,
remember,
okay.
right?
Okay.
Okay. Now you want to save it?
Yes, ma'am.
And connect back to SQL. You can just put exclamation mark SQ.
Yeah.
Because, okay. Now you want to create the SP file from P file. Do you know why we are doing that?
Yes. Because for the SP file from P file, because we make the change for the P file. That's why we need to put the SP file and the P file the same level.
Exactly. That's exactly why. We want to make sure that the changes we just made to the P file are also made in the SP file. Create SP file from P file, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then from here, you can just start up. It should work.
Yeah.
Shut down again and start it again. Start up again. Okay, we had that error last time, right? Or was it with the morning class? But this means that there is a file, more than likely your Redulog files that are either missing when you have the Aura 03113. Usually it means that you don't have the Redu information, right? So either one, the whole group is missing. I think the whole group is probably missing. So try to list all the data, all the files that are in the directory of your database. So list it, exclamation, ls, 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 space, slash Aura data, slash your database name. No, your database name.
Okay. Oh my God.
Okay, I'm looking for your Redu. Redu 1, Redu. Where's your group 3 of your Redulog? Where's the red group 3? Can you scroll up? Group 3, can you scroll down? I'm not seeing the Redu 03 of your Redulog. You see that? You should have Redu 03C. Scroll up, it's not there because you have Redu 001A, B, C, and 1, and you have Redu 02A, B, C, and 2. But for your Redu 03, You don't have Redu 03C. You see that?
Yes.
It's missing. So you have one Redu member that's missing.
Okay.
That's why you've had that error. Do you have a backup for that database?
Yes, ma'am.
You do?
Yes, ma'am, I'm do.
Okay, so exit. Or just connect to Arman from SQL. You can connect to Arman. Exclamation, space Arman, target.
I think yesterday I used this database yesterday to cloning. I think this is the problem because since
Then where did the Redulog 3 went to?
I don't know because I did it, all of them. You say
Issue list failure. List failure. Okay, no. I only said list failure, not list failure all. Okay, exit.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Connects to SQL. Okay, shut down in SQL. Shut down SQL and startup mount. Shut down SQL immediate, then startup mount, and then connect back to Arman. Exit and connect back. Okay, connect back to SQL. Okay, startup mount. Startup mount. Okay, now connect to Arman.
No, it's connected.
Okay, list failure.
It's failure. Just failure.
Yeah, just failure. I hope you really do have a backup for that one. It doesn't say it yet. Okay, exit. Alter database open.
Okay.
It's very odd that Arman doesn't see it. Alter database open. Okay, give me the permission. I request remote control.
Okay. Okay.
Did you give it to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because the fact that Arman doesn't say it, are you sure you backed up your database?
Yes, I scheduled this backup too.
Okay. Okay, now let's try to issue the, to check it from the the IR underscore failure view.
Underscore failure view. Okay.
Let's describe the IR underscore failure view. Okay. Select, we are going to select the status, the description from $$ underscore failure. Okay, so apparently, okay, it says status closed. So you put many table spaces offline. One or more non-system data files are offline. Did you bring them back online?
Yeah, before I schedule this database, I bring it back online.
Okay. Normally, normally you should have an error either on Arman or from the $IR underscore failure, but it's not saying anything. But what we know is that you have one Redulog member that's missing.
That's missing. Okay.
Okay, let's see. The thing is, we don't know which one it is. Let me list again. Let me list again your data files.
Okay.
What's your database name?
This is FTDMO.
NDMO?
No, FT. T. FT.
FDDMO?
No, FTDMO.
T as in telephone.
Okay, STDMO.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now it's in order. You can see if you have it, if you have them. Okay, you really don't have the regular Dearth group 3C. You really don't have it. What happened? Why don't you have it?
I don't know. I created all of them. But I created all of them. It was working well. I did it, all of them the same. I did the C2, but I don't know why. But Emerald, if we go back to chapter 16, it says if the member for the regular group is missing, the database can open. But why is it not open?
Yes, normally. But the thing is, Arman isn't giving us any error. We try to kill the int. Let's try to do it again. That's very odd. Normally it should, but let's see. Okay, now it says no shared memory, and I didn't kill it. But earlier it something. I didn't do anything, but earlier when we did, we had a shared memory ID for that database, but now we don't have, and I didn't kill it.
Okay.
It's giving the same error. Okay, I think it might be a server issue or a crash issue. I mean, it has to come from, maybe it doesn't come from, because this error, it might be caused by many different
Because it
things.
was just working well. Was it just working or stopping?
All of a sudden it stopped working.
No, was it just working, open the database, it was working very well. I finish, I go to the class, wanna try to open to do something over there.
Yes.
Okay.
But one thing is sure is that since the database can open, since the database can be mounted, it has to do with the data files. It has to do with the data files. Otherwise, the database wouldn't be able to mount, because after mounting, that's when the data files are open.
Yeah.
But if the information in the Redo,
Yes.
the SCN in the Redo can't match the information that you have in your data files, in the other data file, that's when you'd be having that error. If you just had that error before your database being mounted, we could have thought of something else. But here you have it after the database is mounted. So it has to do with your data files.
Okay.
Anyway. I'll look into it later. Just
Okay.
just send me your student number, so I'll be able to look into it, like to figure out what caused it, because many different things might have caused it.
You say you wanna, can I send you one now?
Yeah, send it to me now, so I'll try to work on that later.
Okay. Thank you.
Because many different things can be the reason. It's just, but I'll suspect it has to do with your Redo logs. Okay.
Let me stop.
You say that you tried to do, because you lost, you actually did lose. Okay, let me check something. Oh, my bad, I need to connect to SQL. I think it has to do with your Redo logs. I'm not sure. I would bet on that. Oh, actually, you did that. You have 3 members in group 3, actually. So actually, it's not really an error, because this is what your database sees anyway.
Yes.
Anyway, just send me your student number, so I'll look into it. But since there are some things that I did with the morning class, but it shouldn't take long. I just have a few questions, but we'll mainly go over everything else on Sunday. We'll discuss data perm and do the practical at the same time as we discuss it. So
I'm going to send you already.
okay,
Thank you so much for sharing.
So if someone else has like similar errors, like they don't know really what to do or how to, just send me the message. If it's like something that we've not done before and you wouldn't really know how to do it, but if it's something we've done before, no. What's data pump export?
Emma, do you want? Can I stop sharing my screen?
Yeah, you can stop sharing. What's data pump export? Hello?
It can be said like what I understand. Data export, data pump export is like extracting data from one server from one server, then importing it to another server using import. I don't know if it's related.
We talked about export, not import.
I just wanted to link it. Export is just like extracting that data from one server.
Mm-hmm.
Which also like, that's why I wanted to link it with import.
Yes, someone else? Someone else?
Is it moving data from exporting data from one database to another database?
We talked about export. We only talked about data pump export. We didn't mention import yet. Hello? We know that data pump export is a utility, right? Hello?
Oh.
Hello, Emma.
We know it's a utility, right?
Yes.
Oh.
So data pump is a utility. Data pump export allows you to unload, right? Like to take the data, either or the data or the metadata, and put it in a directory, right? In a dump file, in the operating system files, right?
Yep.
That's basically it. Like you don't need to go the extra mile. Like, it just allows you to unload. So since this is data pump export, what would be data pump import?
It's like to take data file or data from one server for one directory to a server.
Exactly. It allows you to get the information that are in the operating system,
Yeah.
right? In the directory, in the dump files, and load it into a server, into a database, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is basically it.
Yes, Emma.
Yes.
So I saw I saw the script you sent concerning cold cloning, like to clone, right?
Yes.
So the one for the cold cloning, I don't know whether at the end of the day we're gonna end up having a new database, or we are taking another database, and like I want to get a concept, because if I see it, because I tried doing it last night, I end up realizing that I'll have a new database.
I don't understand your question.
So I'm talking about the cold cloning you send, the script you send on the group.
Yeah, those are not okay.
So I was asking like the concept, like what are we cloning?
Those are not my scripts. We did it together, you guys remember?
No,
I just gave you the steps to make it easy for you so that they can be organized. But last Sunday, we created them together, right? We first started by creating the directories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then editing the Aura tab, creating the P file from the SP file,
Yes.
and all the steps. We did it together. We did it step by step. So that's not a question that I would expect from you, honestly.
No, I'm asking, Emma, you didn't get my question. I'm trying to ask if at the end of the day we are struggling to create a new database, or I'm just asking the concept behind it.
What concept? We are cloning. We are creating another database, right?
Oh, that's what I want to know. Like you're creating another database.
Yes, but that database is a clone of that database, except that as soon as that database is open, it becomes its own database, right? Did you try to do it yourself?
Yeah, I tried yesterday night.
Did it work?
Yeah, it did. I was trying to get a concept because like the
We
other
took the
one.
time to do, I don't understand why you don't understand the concept. We took the time to do it on Sunday, right?
Unfortunately, I wasn't there on Sunday.
You were not there. Did you watch the video?
Yeah, I watched the video and I have the script.
Anyway, we will get to do that twice again. We will have I will edit some previous exams, so we'll do 2 brand new ones so that we can do that again together, all of us. The ones who don't want to do it or who are not there, that it's not my fault, but we'll do it at least twice again because we should be able to do it in 1 day each. The first it took us 3 weeks, I think, to finish the first exam, right? So now we are not going to waste or spend so much time. You guys have all the scripts. So if someone doesn't understand cloning, wait until we do it next time.
Okay.
And we are going to explain each steps again. But that's unfortunate because we really took the time to explain it on Sunday, and we created the steps together. I just help you organize it, but I wasn't even the one doing it. Abdullah was the one doing it.
So what about the one that we did with Prof? Like we took the database from one server, from a particular server, and we put it in another server.
You mean the data export, import, export? You mean the export and import of a database?
Yes, actually.
Yeah, we'll be doing that on Sunday as well, but it has nothing, it's not cloning, it's different from cloning.
Now what we did before it was cloning.
Yeah, what we did on Sunday was cloning. What we'll be doing this Sunday would be export of schemas and of table space.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll also be doing export and import of the whole database. Full database export and import.
Okay, all right, cool.
So we'll be doing that on Sunday. That's why, and we'll be talking about this so that as we are doing it, you guys know what we are actually doing, so we can explain what's happening in the background. So we will really take our time to do all the import, export, so that we are not just running script, we're actually understanding what we're doing. That's why we didn't go over it too much today. But please, on Sunday, make sure that all of you guys' database are up and running. Make sure, because we won't be waiting. To me, if 20 people are good, we are just going to move forward. The other ones, it's up to you. So if you have an error, if you have like something that maybe your database has been down for a while, or you can work on it, just try to fix it either with your group, and if you really can't do it, you can send me a message. I'll try to work on that. But try to fix it first, because it's so much more rewarding when you have an error and you're able to fix it yourself, because you will remember, because
I know.
Okay, so we'll be doing export, import, and we'll take the time to talk about all the concepts as well. I think you guys will be done with chapter 17 today with Prof.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys will be done with it today. So next time we'll be able to talk about all the concept, master tables and stuff. Okay.
Right, quick question.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead. What's your question?
Hello?
Yes.
Quick question concerning the OCA exam. Like
Okay.
once you finish writing the exam, would you know right away if you pass or not?
Yeah, you should be able to know after maybe an hour or two. Did you take it?
No, we're organizing to do so.
Okay. But try to take it after the exam, after the DB1 exam if you can.
Yeah, we definitely do that.
Yeah, because you'll have 1 week break. So it would be better if you can take it then.
Okay.
Okay, that. Oh, hello, Prof.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Very good, very good. How's the class? Are they good? They're having fun, enjoying themselves?
They are very silent today. They don't want to talk.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm talking now.
Except for Koji and Fali.
Ah. Wow. They don't want to talk. Why am I not surprised? All right. Well, I guess they don't have anything to say. Are they ready for next week? Are we ready for next week?
So
What do
we
we
still,
have next week, Prof?
we still
Not yet,
preparing
sir.
our weapons.
Prof, what do we have next week?
Quiz.
A quiz.
Good evening, Prof.
Good evening. How are you?
Good.
Very good. So.
Oh, so are we having quiz?
You have your final exam next
Final exam.
Yeah, it's a quiz. That's the name you want to give it now.
No, for
You want-
quiz and exam are two different things.
Huh?
Quiz and exam are two different things. Quiz is like 5 questions.
Exam is what?
More.
Since you'll be the one giving it now, choose the one you want to give yourself. Take and do it. Anyone you want, I'm fine. You want what?
Quiz.
You want quiz? You can take it in twice. It's fine with me. I am just giving it. Any questions? Any questions?
Yes. Question. I got
Questions? No questions?
Yeah. Yes, I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, it's concerning enterprise manager. Yesterday we're having a meeting, and one of my group members tried to connect assist, and he did everything. He put everything correctly, but he won't let him connect.
We'll fix it today. He didn't tell you.
Okay.
He didn't tell you.
No, he didn't.
Now he will. He's here, so he will tell you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So, sir, what was happening? Because I'm curious.
I fixed him in front of his eyes. He will tell you. That's what I'm saying. That's him teaching you now.
Okay.
Why have you not contacted him? He's still connected to the class. I think that when I finish it, he would have been very excited to come and say,
I know.
hey, I got that problem fixed, so I could connect assist and not assist, system and not assist.
He called me and he was talking about that to me this afternoon.
Okay, so he has made an attempt to reach out to you to explain to you.
Yes, boss.
Very good. So tell him what the problem was. He did not have a password file for his SIS account on the operating system. So when we created it, that was it. It was fine.
Okay, boss.
Yeah, he can tell you where to go get the password file. All right, any other questions? Okay, managing file locations. I'm back on the notes. Managing file locations. We know that the import and exports, you have to specify the entire file name. But with the data pump, you have to create what? A directory object. And once you create that directory object, you're good to go. Every export that you produce from an EXPDP operation, you simply specify a directory called dump there. And dump there is pointing to a directory object. Are we good? Dump there is pointing to a directory object. With data pump, with EXP, you have to put, let the file be where, /home/oracle/full db_dmp. Full data underscore the score schema.dmp. So that one you have to specify the file name because it's on the client base. Data pump will create a directory object. So the original EXP and IMP utilities, you must put the fully qualified file name, which means the file is including its path. But with data pump, you must create something called a directory object. It's an object for file locations. By default, it will send it to data_pump_there. That parameter in prior versions will send us. In the new data pump, our data pump there, schema name directory object, that is what defines our location of our data pump jobs. So you're going to create that directory and you are going to use the SQL commands, the grant commands, to grant the read and the write to this user who's going to be doing what? The exports. In our case, what user do we use to do the exports?
System.
Thank you. All right. Command line without the directory parameter, we can have a default location. So we have a default location, but we are not using that default location because we went ahead and created our own data pump directory. The original and the data pump utilities, they differ in how they handle file locations. Because the original EXP IMP utility is a client-based utility, and the name of every dump file must be fully qualified. It means you have to list the entire name of the file. Data pump utilities are server-based. So require that a directory object should be used to specify the file location. So it's mandatory, it's a must. You have to use the directory object. The directory object must be accessible to the schema. In our case, it's the system schema who's doing the export. The default location in prior versions was set by your data_pump_directory initialization parameter. All right. This functionality does not introduce new mandatory VBA tasks. It instead introduces an optional data pump schema directory object. If you choose to create this directory object with your create directory and grant SQL commands, you are going to allow specific schemas the ability to use data pump export or import which will have an impact on the usual server resources such as CPU, memory, and so on and so forth. So you can create that directory object. We'll know that there's even a default data pump there for us if we want to use it. The data pump utilities use the directory object when none is specified in the command line, and when the user does not have the EXP full database privilege. Okay, this is independent of the legacy mode. So we know we have a default directory, correct? Where if we don't create our data pump, it will go to, correct?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, sir.
But why didn't we use that one?
Doesn't have space.
No, that's the right answer. You don't just say it doesn't have space. You must tell us what doesn't have space. It is pointing to what? Huh?
It's pointing to U01.
To slash U01.
U01.
Which does not have space. That's how you answer questions. I people.
It doesn't have space now, Prof.
This what doesn't have space?
Slash U01.
U01.
The most
Slash
U01 space. Anything could be. There's a reason why you answer questions the way you answer the questions. It is pointing to a directory which you don't have space. It's pointing to slash U01 which does not have space is the right answer. All right, I'm going to introduce you to something new today. That's called SQL Loader. SQL Loader. It doesn't have space, no problem. That's the answer question for Navile. All right. In data form, so we have what we call our Oracle environment. So if you are using from one Oracle database, you have your database there, the server. This is server A, and you have server B. And our database here, let's say this is TST. And we need to send something out to what? To AT. This is an Oracle database. This is also what? An Oracle database. We can export the object out here and call it what? Let's say the table here is called budget. The table here is called budget. We can increase for example, let's say we add a column to the budget table in A, want to move to, let us go and test it. We can come in here and export it out to a bud.dmp. All right? I'm going to use exp. Am I making any sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we have exported out the budget table. To a dump file called bud.dmp. We're going to transfer that file to a different server. This server is called server A, and this one is called server B. So we're going to transfer that file to server B, and that file will get here called bud.dmp. And we're going to do what? We're going to do what?
Export it out there.
What?
Import. Import it.
Thank you.
Import.
Jesus. And we're going to import that file into the UAT environment in server B. So the change which we had in budget table will now come in here. And that's how we move object from one. Question, what method are you going to use to transfer this file to here? What method are you going to use to transfer this file from one directory to another? From one server to another. This is a machine A, that's machine B. This is server A, server B. That's an IP address 111, this one has an IP address 222, whatever.
Right. Will we use the database link?
No, a database link will be between this database and this database. You see what I mean?
Yes.
Yes, but that's not what we want. We are bringing it out. This file is this way. What is this? Operating system. Right?
Yes,
transfer it to the next server in its own operating system. So this bud.dump in server A and bud.dump in server B exist as operating system files. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Yes, Prof.
Okay. So my question is, what method are we going to use to transfer these files from one server from server A to server B?
Can we use a FATP?
SFTP.
SFTP.
Yeah.
Security File Transfer Protocol.
Yes, we're going to use SFTP, just like we use when we're doing our cloning that database, right? Or we can use SCP, secure copy. It transfers, we will use that to do what? Transfer files from one server to another server. Wait for me. There are different other methods that can be used. Okay, that's how we're going to use import-export to load data from an Oracle database to another Oracle database. Import-export, data form export, data form import. So we're going to use EXPDP, and here we use IMP. DB. So this will be an export exercise, and this will be an import. All right, the data existed here. What if this data did not exist? This data that we have, what if it did not exist in an Oracle database? You know those people who go and carry, you know those people who give tickets, right? They have handheld devices. You go to DC, they're always giving you tickets that you have packed incorrectly. Are we following?
Yeah.
Those people, they have those handheld devices. When they go to their work in the night, they'll go and give back those handheld devices. And those handheld devices will take them and load them in a file. Those files are usually flat files. They're usually like what? A text file. It could be a text file. It could be sometimes it's an Excel spreadsheet. These files could be any kind of file. Any kind of file. Some could be notepad. I've seen text file. You know what I mean by this? So these are called flat files. They're not relational in nature. They don't keep their data in tables. So they are flat files. You have all dealt with flat files before, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, every day you play with an Excel spreadsheet, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You play with Excel spreadsheets, text files, you put in data in there. So when you go give those data back to your client, you don't put that data in flat files. And for the flat files, we're going to use something. How do you load these flat files now into a database? You are using your export import utility if you are going to do what? If the data was in an Oracle database. But from a flat file to Oracle database, right? We're going to use what?
Yes.
SQL.
SQL loader. The utility. So what is SQL loader utility used for? For loading flat files into an Oracle database. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
I worked in an environment where they had something like Oracle mainframe, right? They had a mainframe database. And that mainframe was what they used for their financial data. That mainframe database could not be compatible, was not compatible with the Oracle database. So what did we do? We had to remove all this data and put it in an Excel spreadsheet. And then do what? Use SQL loader to now do what? Load it into the Oracle database. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, what guides SQL loader, whatever the guide that runs the SQL loader engine or the SQL loader machine, is another type of file called a control file. But it's called a SQL loader control file. This file is what guides that SQL loader process to run, but it's not the engine. What is contained in that SQL loader control file? In that SQL loader control file, you have a file which is called the in file. The in file is what? The data, and the file that contains the data. I'm not going to call it a data file, right? Because data file in Oracle means something. That text file that contains the data, or the flat file that contains the data, I'll put it that way. Right? In file will be flat file containing data. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, like the Excel spreadsheets, that's the flat file. The text file where we go and dump all the data is called the flat file. All right?
Yes, Prof.
SQL loader also has something called the BAD file. The BAD file is a file that if a certain record you are trying to enter, data you are trying to enter does not fit very well, does not meet the criteria for load. For example, if I say this is number, there we see letters. you are not going to load something that is bad. You understand? Because that's not the data type that it is expecting. So we can reject that record. So that record will not be loaded and it will skip and go to the next. But that bad file is very important because that's the only place you can see and know that you have what? Some records were not entered. You can go and correct it. If phone numbers were not entered correctly, you can go and call and fix the numbers, fix the data, and you can reload it. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the bad file, we'll take the bad file for rejected records. You say rejected records. That can be fixed. We have a bad file. I think another one is discard file. I think that's what it's called. It's fine. Records that are rejected. No, these are records that they are rejected, or these are records that are records to be discarded. Like somebody has John Doe, you don't want John Doe inside a database, right? You know that was play data. Records to be not just rejected, but to be discarded. SQL Loader also has what is called a log file. Because when it runs, if there are any errors, it's the log file that we are going to see what the errors were. So, and what do we do with the log file? We use the log file to monitor the SQL Loader job. All right? And then we'll look at the control file, the in file, the bad file, the reject file, and so on. All right, so in a nutshell, that's what we use to load what? Flat files to where? An Oracle database. Flat files to an Oracle database. All right, so this is an overview of SQL Loader. That's the control file. Control file, we said it has all the meta information about how that load is going to go. In the control file, it needs the file that's going to call the input data file. These are the files that actually contain the data, right? These are the files that contain the data. All right. From there, when you try to load the data using SQL Loader, it processes the records. It will reject some records and it will go to the bad file. All right. When the bad file contains these records, we're going to come in and say, okay, we can fix this data, get the data corrected, and do what? We can reload it again. It also has what is called a log file, which I said it keeps tab of everything that's going to be running in the database. So that's going to run in that load. All right. If some records are rejected, that's what we'll see. They're discarded, this is what we're going to see everything. In the discard file, we said they're going to have some records that we don't have anything to do with it. We don't want it in our system anymore. So guess what we'll do? Make sure that we. All right. Are we good?
Yes, sir. Good.
Yes,
All right. Exactly. And that's your database where you're going to be putting your data. So SQL Loader does what? Load flat files into another database. SQL Loader loads data from an external file into tables of an Oracle database. SQL Loader has a very powerful data parsing engine that puts little limitation on the format of the data in the data file. SQL Loader uses the following files. It has a file called the input data file. SQL Loader reads data from one or more files or operating system equivalent of files that are specified in the SQL Loader control file. From SQL Loader's perspective, the data in the data file is organized as records. A particular data file can be fixed record format, variable record format, or string record format. The record format can be specified in the control file with the in file parameter. If no record format is specified, the default is stream record format. SQL Loader also has something called a control file. Yeah, so it takes the data file, the file contains the data, also the control file. The control file is what actually directs how this SQL Loader thing is going to run. Control file, it is a text file. It is not the binary control file that you know that manages your database, not that one. The control file is a text file that is written in the language that SQL Loader will understand. The control file indicates to SQL Loader where to find the data, how to parse and interpret the data. The control file also where to insert the data, etc. So control file has a lot of information. It has a table that they're going to put the data into, etc., etc. Although not precisely defined, a control file can be said to have 3 sections. The first section in the SQL Loader control file contains such session-wide information as the global options, such as the input data file, the input data file name. We said input file is where the actual data is, which we want to load. The records to be skipped. The in file clause to specify where the input data is located. It also contains the data to be loaded. The second section of the SQL Loader control file consists of one or more into table blocks. So it will tell you the table name in which you want to put in the data. Each of these blocks will contain information about the table, such as table name and the columns of the table into which your data is to be loaded. SQL Loader contains an imaginary third section, which is an optional third section, and if present, contains input data. The SQL Loader also contains the log file, log of everything that goes on through that load. When SQL Loader begins execution, it creates a log file. If it cannot create a log file, the execution will abort, it will stop, terminate. The log file contains a detailed summary of the load, how the load takes place, including the description of any of the errors that occurred during the load. So it will tell you which errors were encountered during the load, and you badly need this information. It also contains the bad file. The SQL Loader contains the bad file. It said some records will not meet the criteria for load. And guess what? We're going to reject them. The bad file contains records that are rejected, either by SQL Loader or by your Oracle database. Data file records are rejected by SQL Loader when the input format is invalid. After a data file record is accepted for processing by SQL Loader, it is sent to your database for insertion into the table as a row. If your Oracle database determines that the row is invalid, the row is now inserted into the table. Sorry, if it finds that it is valid, it inserts it into the table. If the row is determined to be invalid, then that row will be rejected. SQL Loader will put that record where? In the bad file. So you can go take a look at the bad file and see why was this record rejected. You can make the necessary adjustments and run that row, load and reload. SQL Loader also has something called a discard file. This file is created only when it is needed, and only if you have specified that a discard file should be enabled. The discard file contains records that are filtered out of the load because it do not match any of the selection criteria that is specified in the control file. Then you could see some record that said phone number. You see 201, you may say, okay, we get this record, let's see, we may correct it, maybe it meant 202. But if you go somewhere that says social security number, you see XXXXXX, and then the name is John Doe. And then the birth date is 09090999. You just know that, okay, this is not a record. It must surely was given as a dummy record during some testing, and I don't want that to be in my database. We'll discard that in the discard file. All right. SQL Loader also has another wizard. I do not have a flat file for you to load today. We'll do that in DB2. So there's another simple click, 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 and click, put the file and load. But I want us to talk a little bit about that SQL Loader control file, because that's the most important aspect of the DBA's job. To make sure that you have the load file, you have the data files where they're supposed to be, then the right formats, all right? And then you make sure that the load takes place, and if the load takes place with a good control file, the load is going to take place in a very smooth manner. So this is a typical control file. The location of the data to be loaded, the SQL Loader control file will instruct SQL Loader about the location of the data to be loaded, the format, all right, the configuration details like your memory management, the record rejection, the interruption handling details, etc., and the data manipulation itself. All right. SQL Loader loads. So SQL Loader control file is a text file. Remember I said it's not a binary file like our ordinary control file that we know of. So this one is a text file that contains data definition language, DDL, instructions. DDL is used to control the following aspects of the SQL Loader session, where SQL Loader finds the data that it wants to load, how SQL Loader expects the data to be formatted, how SQL Loader is being configured, including memory management, selection and rejection criteria, interrupted load handling, etc., as the SQL Loader is loading the data. And also how SQL Loader manipulates the data that is being used. All of this will be in our control file information. So this is an example of a SQL Loader control file. All right, tells you the different types of whatever is going to happen. So number one is commented out. The hyphens there means that it is commented out. So it doesn't mean nothing. So this one means that, like I said, this is a sample control file. When SQL Loader comes to read, it's not going to read that because it's commented. It says, this is a load that I'm going to perform. What does that mean? I'm loading data. It is not the load. It's not a stop load. It's not. I'm not consuming from an original load. It's a fresh load that I'm going to load data. The in file, it says the in file is what? The file that actually contains the data. The flat file that contains the data. The back file will say where our bad records will be sent. You put the name in there. Our discard file where the discarded records will be sent. Put in there. Then it says this load is going to be an append. What does that mean? Append. What does append mean? What does append mean in English?
It's an attachment.
You know what?
It's an attachment.
I would say append as attach.
To add?
To add. That's all it means. You append to something means you want to add to it. So what we're saying, simply saying, is this table is not empty. It has data already. So we're going to, this load that we're loading is appending. It's adding to what's already in there. The into table gives you the table name, and number 8 starts giving you the conditions for the load. If column this equals this, then load this. If it is made load in position that, load in position this, and so on. So this now is the code that the developer will provide to you, but you will have to tell us where the files are. So this is explanation of the sample or control file. by line. Number one, it says it's commented, nothing was commented out. Comments can appear anywhere in the command section of the file, but it must not appear in the data precede any comment with 2 hyphens, which you saw there. And all the text with the right or the hyphen will be ignored. Number 2 line says the load data statement indicates to SQL loader that this is the beginning of a new load. So it's beginning a new load, new data load. If you are continuing a load that has been interrupted in progress, it won't be load data, it will be continue load data because we are interrupted and we are restarting. The in-file keyword specifies the name of the file containing data that you want to load, the flat file that you want to load. The bad file keyword specifies the name of a file into which the rejected records will be placed for review. The discard keyword specifies the name of the file into which discarded records will be kept. The append keyword is one of the options that you can use when you are loading data into a table that is not empty. Load data into a table that is empty, you're going to use the insert keyword. The into table keyword enables you to specify the tables, the columns, and the data types. It defines a relationship between the records in the data file and the tables in the database. Into table, you're putting into this, they must match. The right columns must go into the right records must go into the right columns. You have something that says date. You don't want phone numbers to be entering where date is supposed to be. The when clause specifies one or more field conditions that each record must match before SQL loader loads data. This example, SQL loader loads the records only if a 57th character is a decimal point. That decimal point delimits dollars and cents in the field and causes records to be rejected. It's has no value. So that's not their condition for doing the load. So that's code which they will write and they will give it to you. But what they want you to do is have that control file in place. The remainder of the control file contains the field list, which provides information about the column formats in the table that is being loaded. So. All right. Now come to loading methods. What was I trying to do? I had my data and I'm in bud.dom, and I'm trying to do a bulk load. A bulk load into where? Into bud in the server B database. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what if you go in out every day, you walk, and you come in, you have your data in the night, and you try to get that data into a database. Let's say 2 companies merge, and one day they say, okay, we're going to go away on Friday. By the time we come back on Monday, we want these 2 HR companies, this same company, right? 2 companies merge. They now form the same company. But guess what? They have the 2 of them have each of them have their HR database. You don't want that. You want the 2 of them to merge those databases. So they might leave work on Friday, and when they come back on Monday, they want to see everybody operating from the same database. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, 2 companies by themselves, they must merge finances, they must merge HR, and so on. So you have bulk data to load that weekend. Are you following? I'm just giving you situations where you may have bulk data. You are working in strong way where people go and collect data all over the place, and then they come and they want to boom, load it into your database. Oracle says that I have to load thousands and thousands of records the conventional way is going to take me too much time. The conventional way is what? Insert into where this equals columns. That takes too much time. And if Exxon and Mobil are joining forces, are you going to hire 15,000 people through the conventional method? No. You're going to flush that data in. You're going to force that data in. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We are going to force that data, flush that data, push that data in. Push it in where? From the source or wherever we get it. Put the file in the flat file or put the file in a dump file, or whatever it is. Wherever we get our data, and we're not going to use our conventional method. We have this weekend, we can put the database even in a mode that nobody can get to it, but only the DB trying to do what? Load data in that database. So we have two methods that we can use to load bulk data. All right? And that is going to take a long time, or you can use data saves directly to the data files. This will bypass any of our cache miss bypass. We will go and write that data into the data file, write them into the blocks. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the conventional part will always use commits. But when we are doing a direct load, we use data saves. We'll load that data, write into that data file and says it is saved. It always generates undo, conventional method, right? And it generates redo, all right? Because you are in archive log mode. No, conventional, you don't want those redo information. You have the data, so why are you worried about keeping redo information? So you are going to load it and you only generate redo information if you want it to. Conventional method, because it's everyday business, it enforces all constraints. This guy will say, no, we're not enforcing any constraints. Maybe just the primary and the primary key and not null key. All right? If there are any triggers on the tables that you're trying to insert records into, they're going to fire your conventional load. But there is no fire in the direct path load. Conventional method can load into cluster tables. Cannot do that in direct path loads. Conventional allows other users to modify tables during a load operation. Does that make sense? Other users are entering their own data in their own columns. It doesn't bother you, correct?
Yes,
Yes. But when we're doing a full data load, we don't want anybody performing any DMLs on any of those tables. All right? Conventional tables will maintain index entries on each insert, follow the indexes. These guys, no, they will merge new indexes or new index entries at the end of the load. So one is definitely faster, one is definitely say, hey, you know, we cannot hire 15,000 people, else it will take us 3 months. What we can do is we can just give me 1 weekend. I'll flush everybody into the back end. And we can use what? A direct path load and not our usual insert into mode. All right. Comparing direct and conventional methods of saving data. A conventional path load executes SQL insert statements to populate tables in the Oracle database. A direct path load will eliminate much of the Oracle database overhead by formatting Oracle data blocks and writing the data directly to the data files. A direct load does not compete with other users for resources. That's what I'm saying. There's no cache here, cache there, no. So usually load data at close to disk speed. Conventional path loads use SQL processing and a database commit operation when they want to save in a conventional manner. When you want to save that, what do? You should commit, right?
Correct.
Hello. How do you save data when you are using a conventional manner? What do you use to save data? When you type SQL, if you want to save information, what do you use?
Commit.
We commit.
Well, I'm reading something which is saying there, you're not even following. We are in sleep mode. Boy. Conventional path is the work we do every day. Path loads, SQL processing, and a database commit for saving data. The insertion of an array of records is followed by a commit operation. Each data load may resolve several transactions, usual database transactions, hitting commit when they have to. Direct path loads, on the other hand, they use data saves to write blocks of data to Oracle data files, use data saves very fast. This is why the direct path loads are faster than the conventional methods that use inserts to write to these data files. The following features differentiate a data save from a commit. You want to save the data on a data save and you want to issue a commit. During data save, only full database blocks are written to the database. The blocks are written after the high water mark of the table. After a data save, the high water mark is then moved. Internal resources are not released after a data save. The data save does not end a transaction. Indexes are not updated each data save. All right. So our question is, what is the high water mark of a table? Since we save this data in conventional, in data save, above the high water marks. During data save, blocks are written directly to the data, written to the database. Only full data blocks, and they're written directly to the data files. The blocks are written after the high water mark, after which the high water mark is moved. Internal resources are not released after a data save. What does that mean? All right. Let's see. High water mark. All right. Why is my cursor always escaping? All right. So we are loading blocks directly to data files in a direct path, correct?
Right.
So let's say that's a table. This is what we call what? Table header, right? You see this with blocks, right?
Yes, sir.
Table take up blocks, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What is this?
So free space.
Free space. And
data.
All right. So that's our table, and that's how the table exists in terms of storage. We know that due to updates and deletes, we start having free space, right? Fragmented all over the place. By the way, what's the high water mark of the table? What is the high water mark of the table? High water mark. Since the data saves data after the high water mark. High water mark of the table. We've talked about it before, I can remember. Somebody's going to talk now. What's high water mark?
Showing the greatest size.
Greatest size. No. What's the high water mark of the table? High water mark. Google it now. You're looking at me, I'm looking at you. Sorry.
Maximum amount of the database.
No.
Used by segment.
Not database. Yeah, that does not really explain it. That does not really shoot it on the head. The high water mark is the highest point at which data had ever been in a table. The highest point at which data had been. So we know that we don't like our free space to be allocated this way. What does that mean? But if our free spaces are located this way, it means our free space is fragmented. Segment advisor does not like that. It slows down the system trying to acquire free space. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
So every so often, our segment advisor is going to come and do what? It's going to come and coalesce all of these empty free spaces. Right? And when you clears them together, such that we have only one free, we have our free space now here. Does that make sense? Just coalesce all of those small free spaces. And we have our files here. Right? And when that happens, this point at which data had been at some point is what we call our high water mark. Does that make sense? Where is the data right now? So that is the high water mark. If water enters the room now and fills up the walls and it goes down, we want to look at the highest point of the water walls. What do we do? Look at the wall, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, look at the wall and you see the high water mark. So what we're saying is data says after high water mark. Conventional will start showing data from here, from where the data is. Our data set will start showing from the high water mark. That is what we mean by the high water mark. The highest point at which data had been in the table. Good? All right, so during data sets, only full database blocks are written to the database. The blocks are written after the high water mark. And after data save, the high water mark is moved. So what is our new high water mark on this thing? This is our new high water mark, right? Are we good?
Right.
Yes, sir.
So the high water mark has moved. And that's our new, we'll take it out there. Oh, all right, so we'll take a few minutes and come back and talk about external tables. You guys seem to be sleeping. How many minutes?
15.
How many minutes to come back?
20.
20, 30, 40, 50.
30 minutes.
30.
Okay, so take it. Unless call these guys handles. This Oracle database handles information for Obamacare. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
All right. Obamacare, Obama database. And there is some information in this Obamacare database, which is your personal information. When you go and apply for it in this place, they'll ask for your social security number, right? They'll ask for your date of birth. All your personal information, you give it to them. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so address. So this is your personal information that Obamacare stores it inside the Obamacare database. But Obamacare needs to share this information with Aetna, which is an insurance company, right? It needs to share this information with Blue Cross Blue Shield, insurance company, Kaiser Permanente, insurance company, Humana, insurance company. Which other one again? I don't know insurance company yet. That's a low spirit. Very low spirit people.
Anthem.
Huh?
Anthem.
State Farm.
Now.
Care first.
Care first. All right. This information about you is needed by these insurance companies so they can create you a quote, correct?
Yes, sir.
But Obama government cannot give this information to these people who have this Oracle databases here. Because if we give it to them, they will own it, and that will be their private information that they have given. But they can share some part of the information, like maybe your date of birth, the last 4 digits of your social, and your zip code, not the entire address. You understand? So they can give some information, and that information they will not even give to these guys to keep. They want to create an external table, like a file. They'll create an external table and put that information in there, right?
Yes, sir.
So they will export that information into an external table. Of course, government doesn't want this to go inside their database too. So these guys will sit in here and they have their data in here and will be able to read data from this external table as if it was inside this Aetna database. This Blue Cross Blue Shield will read. So in there, they will be able to see what your last 4 of social. So people will decide, and so on. Kaiser will be able to get here. They will all come to this external table. When this government put it here, this is read only. They should not change your personal information, right?
Yes, sir.
If you need to change your personal information, you have a child, you go to government, go to Obamacare, right? That's what it is.
Yes, sir.
No, it is these people but these people need that your personal information so they can give you a quote. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
So they can store data outside the database. So they are going to export it into files in the database, in the operating system. These different insurance companies will come in here and access these records inside the external table. They can actually access this data in the external table with select statements as if that data was inside an Oracle database. They can take that data from there and join it with tables inside Aetna's tables and run records. All they need to do is to create what? Metadata of that external table. So all of these guys are seeing that table as what? As an external table, which is what? files here. So, no, let me wipe this. Let's say, let's use a different color for the external table. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, these guys come here and do what? And they create an external table. And what do? They export their records in here in files. So these guys are taking records. So look at all of these people here. They are now reading as if they are reading what? They are reading as if the records were local. You see what I mean?
Yes, sir.
These guys will take this information, come here, read from here, right? And all they need to do is copy metadata from here into their data. This one's come here, copy metadata about the external table. This one's will have what? Metadata. But they can be reading this information here. None of them can own it. This guy is actually read-only. So none of them can own it. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This one will be what? These are all what? Our external tables. They will be read-only. They can be read. So you can join your things in here, do whatever you want to do, but all of this will create what? You know, your log is also creating all you need in this local database is metadata. But you need to know, is that variable character, is it, you know, letters, is it blah, 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 blah. So here they also need metadata about the external tables. So there are read-only tables or read-only files that are stored outside the database. There were other Oracle databases, because this is Oracle. Right? All these guys have Oracle databases. They can even have different databases. And they can come and read outside. So in that case, your data is not compromised. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So the government still owns your data, give a read-only version, and they'll give a streamlined read-only version to these people. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I have a question. For that table, the external table, the government is giving the permission for the company, or it open for everybody else?
Even to the people who want to do business with them. They have their personal information there to give it out to people, to companies that want them to create a quote for you. They need your age to create a quote for you. They need your zip code to create an insurance information for you. So how are they going to know that your insurance is going to cost you $100? They have matrices which they find, which they have to look. You have pre-existing conditions. What is your age? Is your zip code this? Is your zip code that? What do you do? Are you in your lifestyle? What, you know? They need information.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. So that information you are going to give to the government will share only part of the information to them. But they can read external data from external files, right?
Yes,
as if they were inside the Oracle database. All they need from the external files is what? Meta information, metadata that will be stored in the database. But the data itself will not be stored in the database. External tables access data in external sources as if they were in a table inside the database itself. You can connect to the database and create metadata for the external table using DBL. Create metadata using DBL. The DBL for an external table consists of two parts. The part that describes the Oracle database column types and another part that describes the mapping of the external table to the Oracle database's data columns. An external table does not describe any data that is stored in the database, nor does it describe how that data is stored in the external source. Instead, it describes how the external table layer must present the data to the server. It is the responsibility of the access drivers and the external table layer to do the necessary transformations that are required on the data in the external file so that it matches the external table definition. So we have access drivers that are going to handle the transition of the data. External tables are read-only. Therefore, no DML operations are allowed on them, are possible. It's only read-only. And no indexes can be created on them. They are just read-only. There are two access drivers that are used with external tables. You have the Oracle Loader Access Driver, can only be used to read the table data from the external table and then load it into the database. So that's what the government used. You read that and then loaded the data in the database. It uses text files as the data source. The other access driver is the Oracle Data Pump access driver, which can both load the table from an external file into the database and also unload the data from your database to an external file. It uses binary files as the external files. The binary files have the same format as the files that normally be sent out in EXPDP and IMPDP utilities, and they can be interchanged with them. So, since you can use your SQL loader drivers to load that data to the external table. For somebody, after creating that external table, somebody needs to put the data in there so that all the insurance companies or those who need the read-only versions of that data can go take a look at it. What are some of the benefits of having an external table? It's not very popular, I might say. So, I mean, almost every database has created an interface with Oracle. So, external tables, I mean, when you get technology that makes things easier, nobody cares anymore about this. Data can be used directly from the external file or loaded into another database. So the advantage is you can just read it from that external file if that's what you want it to. External data can be queried and joined directly in parallel with tables that are residing inside the database without requiring you to load the data first. So you don't have to load the data. The essence of it is we wanted to read it from outside the database. The results of a complex query can be unloaded to an external file. So you mix tables from inside your database with another one and then push out the results out to an external file. You can combine generated files from different sources for loading purposes. So you can have multiple files out as external tables from different database sources, and we can all read them as external tables. The data files that are created for external tables can be moved and used as the data files for another external table in the same database or in different databases. External data can be queried and joined directly in parallel to tables that are residing in the database without requiring the data to be loaded first. You can choose your applications. You can have your applications directly access external tables with the select command, or you can choose to have data loaded first into a target database. The results of a complex query can be loaded to an external file using Oracle Data Pump access driver. Data files that are populated by different external tables can all be specified in the location clause of another external table. This provides an easy way of aggregating data from multiple sources. The only restriction is that metadata for all external tables must be exactly the same. All right, so these are some of the benefits of having the external table. You can read it from the location where they are. You don't have to load them first, etc. All right. External tables will act exactly like internal tables. If you want to create an external table, all you need to do is just create only the metadata. See the X tab here? Create external tables. And all we need is the meta information about it. All right. So, and when you start querying, just query exactly straight up like you're querying an external table. So it says the metadata for external table is created using SQL language by the database. Again, we need only the metadata for that SQL thing, because the data itself is going to reside outside read-only tables. The Oracle Loader Access Driver uses SQL Loader syntax to define the external table. This command does not create the external text files. The example in the slide shows 3 directory objects. So, because these external tables are going to be stored outside the database, and because we need to read the files outside the database, a good way to always have your files read outside the database is to create what? Directory object. Remember with data pump, we created directory objects, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Exactly. And when we created those directory objects, what was the use of them? So that data pump knows where to go look for its files. Here it says the external tables in the slide shows 3 directory objects. External table, the data directories, external table bar directories, external table log directories, that are created and mapped to existing operating system directories. So you can create a directory object for anything. You have to do what? Map it to, so that when you call it in SQL, you just simply say it is in EX tab, external table data directory, knows exactly where to go get that, where those files are to read them. When the external table employees is accessed, SQL Loader's functionality is used to load the table. And at that instance, the log file and the bat file will be created. So you can use SQL Loader with a flat file to load those tables if you need to. All right. Best practice, if you have a lot of data to load, you can enable parallel for load operation. All right, parallel loads, so you can load in parallelism. It's just multiple streams, make it run faster. All right, again, external table is not the biggest thing these days, but you never know. What if you have an external table you have created and you want to load the data in there, right? So that the other people can use it. You can use data pump to do that. You create an external table and you can load those tables with the data pump. Go to data pump, take your data out of your database and load it inside so that those people can read the read-only table. Example shows how the external table population operation can help to export a selected set of records. Like I said, in social security number, they'll give you only last 4 digits. For address, they'll give you only zip code. Well, that's what the insurance company may need. You don't have to give them your personal or your entire personal information. Selective set of records resulting from the join of the employees and the department tables. Because your external table can be large, you can use a parallel populate operation to upload your data to an external table. Because your external table can be large, you can use the parallel populate, right? Populate in parallelism to load the data from your database into the external table. As opposed to a parallel query from an external table, a degree of parallelism of a parallel populate operation is constrained by the number of concurrent files that can be written to by the access driver. There's never more than one parallel execution server writing into one file at a particular point in time. Number of files in the location clause must match the specified degree of parallelism, because each input-output I/O server process requires its own file. Any extra files that are specified will be ignored. If there are not enough files for the specified degree of parallelism, the degree of parallelism will be lowered to match the number of files in the location. You know, when you say parallelism is for 3, you will start creating 3 files instantly. All right? The external table is read-only after you have populated it, right? That's the purpose. We said government has all this data, it creates the external table, it populates it now with our data form, like we just said. You can do it in multiple, like we said, in parallel, and after that, you make it read-only. So the select command can be very complex, allowing specific information to be populated in the external table. The external table having the same file structure as binary data pump files can be migrated to another system and imported with the IMPDP utility or read as an external table. All right, so like we said, let's go back to our little diagram. This is, here we have the Oracle database. We have information that we need to share with these other people, correct? What do? We create an external table. And we'll say what they said here is you can use this data form and load this. You can also use it in parallel to load multiple files. All right?
Yes, sir.
Our external table. External table then will make it what? Read-only. And because it's read-only, these folks can come in here and they can now create meta information here, metadata now, and they can be reading this table as if the table is in there. They don't have to load this data inside their databases for them to read it. They do not have to load it. They can just read it back and forth. But it's read-only data. The real data here is protected. So when you are querying an external table, just run a straight up SQL. Select star from AX tab underscore employees. So external table will always have the EX tab, which is external table employees. You will get all the records. You know, querying and joining of an external table with an internal table, you just join them as if directly you were doing just a regular join inside a regular table in the database. All right, you are inserting, appending into each other employees, select star from external table employees. So external tables are queried just like internal tables. The first example illustrates querying an external table EX tab underscore employees with only displaying the results. The results are not stored in their database. The second example shows joining of an internal table department with an external table employees and only displaying the results. The example on the slide illustrates the direct appending of an internal table's data with the query and load from an external table. So anything you can do, it does fine. No big deal. No big. Even though your data is not inside your database. When we are defining anything in the data dictionary, remember also we must store meta information, right? And where is meta information? Meta information is stored where? In the data dictionary. So external tables is another object that we need to know about. We can have live, we'll talk about tables, we'll talk about views, we'll talk about procedures and so on as indexes, as different objects. Now we know of another object called what? External tables. And we know that if metadata is stored in the data dictionary, you have a criteria that we store it. We can say DB underscore, all underscore, or user underscore. When we say DB underscore external tables, what external tables are we referring to? When we say DBA underscore external tables, what data dictionary external tables are we referring to? DBA underscore, call underscore, user underscore. This is not the first time we've seen it. We've seen it in the data dictionary before. But it has a degree of visibility. It's a question. Whew.
I think it refers to the external table the DBA have access to.
Say that again, if I say DBA underscore external tables, no. When I say DBA underscore external tables, what data dictionary external tables am I referring to? Come on, people. This know how to end this chapter. Nobody's talking. Something is not right. What's going on? Wow. All right. Do you want me to cancel people? I'm going to stop the class because I cannot teach myself.
Yes, sir, we are here.
Huh? I didn't hear you, Matthew.
So you're asking which dictionary are you referring to?
When I said DBA underscore external tables, what external tables am I referring to? You said the ones that the DBA has access to. I said no. We have seen DBA underscore indexes. We have seen DBA underscore tables. We have seen all underscore views. We have seen this. We've seen it. So I'm asking you, we're just back in that same thing. This is just another example, talking about how data dictionary information is stored. Now we're looking at how data dictionary external tables, external table locations, etc. are stored. I'm surprised that I'm just talking to myself, and but apparently nobody is paying any attention.
Sir, can you repeat the question?
What does that really mean? I can repeat myself 12 times. They say repeat the question. It's very annoying. When I sit here, I'm killing my voice, killing myself. I just explained it to Natura, and then the least you can do is like, all right, folks, I think I'm done. I think I'm done. I don't care anymore. I cannot teach myself. What kind of attitude is this? Ask a question 10 times before you even understand. Maybe you wake up from sleep or something. If you don't want this thing, let's call. I think I want to close this evening class even. Don't we just stop this whole nonsense? Until the morning class and we can just continue with that. Please. Lackluster attitude. Nobody just cares about anything. They ask a question, nobody even wants to say anything. Emerald had the same complaint. They refuse to talk. I'd rather you tell me straight up, I don't want to do this thing anymore, so I stop it. I really don't like time to waste my time. I really don't. I really don't want to waste my time. I mean, at some point, I'll have a class of 30-something people and then nobody can even answer me. No, I still are not things that I'm not done. Ask question, you don't ask a question. You ask a question, nobody answers.
May I try?
Yes, you may.
Okay. When we say DBA underscore external tables, it's like pointing to the table that the DBA, like the owner of the external.
Say that again.
I say it's pointing to.
Your mic is something wrong with your microphone. You're breaking.
I said it's pointing to the owner of the external table.
No, that's something similar to what I just said. No. What do I mean when I say DBA underscore external tables? What I'm saying is that this is not the first time we are seeing this same thing.
So I go try. I think the DB underscore external table is mean the table you can just read, but you cannot write.
No. This is just giving you how we name data dictionary objects. We have seen data dictionary objects many times, at least 3-4 different times before now. When we talk about DBA underscore, all underscore, and user underscore. And we are saying that for external tables, it is the same thing. When we are storing data dictionary information about external tables, we also have DBA underscore, all underscore, user underscore. So I'm asking, when we say DBA underscore, what does that mean?
Describing the columns.
The issue here is that you're not trying, at least a few people are trying. 2 people are, or 3 people are trying. Same 3 people all the time. 3 people cannot hold the class. It's not good. You're going to get that answer, or else you can close the class. Right. What does, if I say DBA underscore tables, what do I mean? If I say user underscore, I say all underscore, what do I mean by those things? If you know, you let me know. Until then, I'm no longer controlling this thing. Next time we've done it.
Let me try it. The DB underscore table provides methods to automatically create or verify a database table.
No.
To display information about the table space, about the table space feature.
DBA underscore tables.
Doesn't give you access to just because as DBA, it just gives you access to view all the tables, right? No.
When I say DBA underscore tables in data dictionary terms, what am I talking about? It could be DBA underscore tables, it could be DBA underscore indexes, it could be DBA underscore views. When you see that DBA, what does it mean? When you see all, what does it mean? When you see user, what does it mean?
You have access to everything, to all the what you just described, the tables, the index. You have access to all that because you're the DBA.
No.
So I think the DB underscore table describe of the relation between table and the database.
No. Or what are we referring to? DBA underscore tables. What are we referring to? All underscore tables. What are we referring to? User underscore tables. What are the kind of tables we are referring to? The same principle falls with external tables.
Let me for the last time.
Go ahead, try. I'm here.
So when we're talking
I
of
think that made me set an exam that you must fail. We are not really ready for DB2.
so I want to reflect the data which come from flat files.
Hey. Yellow.
So I'm trying to.
I know you are. You are better off, trust me, than people who are not trying.
Need to have tried, though.
Sir, it describes all the relational tables in the database.
I can speak it correctly now. You are saying it, but you are not understanding it, what it is. Maybe you are doing the research and you are getting the results. That is right, but people do not even understand what that means.
What did you say that to?
I said it describes all relational tables in the database.
Oh, okay. You saying that's not the full answer?
Hmm?
Is that the full answer?
No. If she says the real thing, you will not be asking because you will understand exactly what she said. So the fact that I'm saying that she's saying it, but she's just reading it off somewhere. So she's not describing it with conviction the way I taught you how.
DB underscore tables is the view of all the tables in the database.
Say that again.
The views of all the tables in the database.
Then all underscore table is what?
I believe it's about the same thing, but
open your notes now because I wrote it. You wrote it. If you read your notes, you will see it there. You should open your notes at least. You cannot just sit like that. If you don't do this, I mean, you really don't want to let me set exam with this mindset that I have now. Nobody will pass. One person will not pass. Because as soon as you are making forward, backward, we're forgetting everything. Yeah, what kind of exam do you want to take next week? I'm expecting you to be querying these tables next week, not sitting and then you definitely cannot pass next week. So you will need at least 2 weeks. If you want to describe it, describe it all to me. I will understand it very, very easy. Because you know it and we've gone through it. The people ain't just talking.
all underscore tables describe all the user has privileges to.
So go ahead, start going. Okay, go with DBA, then go to the all, then go to the user.
All underscore tables describe all the views in the database. Sorry. All underscore tables is
start with DBA underscore tables.
DBA underscore table describe all the views in the
The
database, it can
tables
be
cannot describe all the views, all the data
all
dictionary
the
views.
table. Sorry, all the views. The views on all the
So when
tables.
you say DB underscore tables, I don't want you to say, I don't want you to be saying that DB underscore views. DB underscore tables describe DB underscore tables. Or describe all the tables. You cannot say DB underscore tables describe all the views. What is that?
No, describe all the tables in the database.
Mm-hmm.
The all underscore tables describe everything user has privileges to see.
Mm-hmm.
And the user underscore table is everything owned by user.
See, you're really asking the question because you are reading it and not even understanding what I'm saying. But that's exactly what the answer is. And that's what it is telling you, that it's the same principle with external tables. DB underscore table, external tables describes all the external tables in that database. All underscore external tables describe all the external tables that the user has access to. And user underscore external tables describe all the external tables that the user owns. And I'm saying that the way we set it for tables is the same way that it's going to be set for external tables. That's why we're here, external locations. This is really painful. You try, but even though you're saying it without conviction, who does not understand? Who's hearing this for the first time? What I just said, who's hearing it for the first time?
Not me.
Me.
Somebody is hearing this for the first time. You want me to open your own notes and show you what you did not write or what you wrote? We have said this at least 3 different times because we've encountered it at least 3 different times where we talked about the data dictionary. Chapter, what was that? Is it 4? Chapter 1. Chapter 4. Described it, went into all. All underscore means this. DB underscore indexes. DB underscore views. So many examples of this. Send us back here to put this information together. Oh, not a good day, eh? Not a good, those are the DB1. Ooh. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's the description which is given there. Okay, like other database objects, directory objects are owned by the user that creates them. Is that true or false? Are directory objects owned by the user that creates them?
False.
Huh?
False, because it's owned by sys.
Thank you. Can an index be created on an external table? Can we create an index on an external table?
False.
Can we? Can an index?
No.
Huh?
I said no.
Because no is never an answer. Yes,
Because it's read only.
Yes, no, it cannot be created on an external table because it is read only. Yes, man, this is not good. All right, I'm done. Anybody who has a question can ask. We'll start we'll do an exam next Friday. And then that's not only for me waiting. I don't really know my rest of my rights. That's for you are in the class or not. Any question? I'm checking out. I'm done with you guys. Any questions? All right. Well, good night.
Any question? Bello. Bello. Romain. Romain. Romain.
Hello. Divo, Fali, Natalie. Hello.
Crystal?
Yes.
I don't know, Patrick sent a link for.
Yeah, he sent it, and we were just there together, just him and me. So I don't know.
I think. Pius, you know, hon. Oh yeah, I'm talking to Pius on the phone. Yeah,
Yeah.
Prof kill a lot of spirit tonight.
Huh?
I said Prof kill a lot of spirit tonight.
He did what? I couldn't stay. What happened?
Oh, you missed out. So it's a good thing you probably leave.
Huh?
Let me call you. I'm getting off of
Okay.
this. I'm getting off of this one here. No, not you, Pipe. Not you.
Okay.
All right.
Fali. Fali. Non, c'est pas toi, Fanny. Shani.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, listen. Most of the people disconnected from the class, and look at the group. I sent a link.
Oh, you sent a link?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me deconnect.
Most of us disconnected already.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. I see you.
Okay.
You are the only one left in there.